sucks for a while before it's good, is all I can say. What's up, guys? My name is Reese Alley. I'm a partner and CEO of a company called SCA Construction. We're a stormwater contractor doing a little over $4 million a year. And I wanted to make this video. It's probably it's 11 o'clock on a Monday. Worked about 16 hours today. And this is a video that I want to look back on and maybe make a video on later. Maybe 6 months, a year, whatever it takes to get down the road and get out of the situation we're in. And I think there's a lot of videos where it's peaches and cream and everything's nice and fuzzy. And even though we are doing about $4 million a year, it's pretty dark right now. And so I'm not just talking about the room I'm in. Financially, we're about $400,000 in the hole, as in negative, as in $400,000 past zero, with vendors, with credit cards, with a lot of things. And that's outside of the debt that the rest of the company has for trucks, equipment, and other small loans we've taken in the past. At the current moment, we're on a handful of jobs. I mean, just to hash things out and just, maybe vent for a little bit, maybe it's relatable. We've got a $660-ish thousand job, 640 when it started, 660 after a couple change orders. Supposed to be 3 months. It's taken about, I think we're on month 7 right now. We're, getting into the area where they can start charging liquidated damages if they wanted to. And if you count the fact that we've been negative on that job for a while, the fact that we've been still going with a full crew, 5 machines, trucks, trailers, I mean, everything from the porta potty still on site to maintaining erosion control to the pumps that cost $15,000 a month. If you count all of those things with the payroll and all that kind of overhead mixed in, we are losing about $80,000 a month to finish this project. Whether that takes another month, whether it takes 2 months. I think we're about at the end of it. But I thought we were at the end of it a month ago and 2 months before that. And it's been just an extremely scrutinizing process working with the engineer that we've been working with. And it's just been beating our head against a rock as far as the learning curve goes for a long time. And so to reiterate that, we're losing $80,000 a month on one project. There's another project that is a $500,000 retaining wall. We weren't super negative. We lost money on the thing for sure. We probably lost 50 grand. We're upside down about, which again, that's not talking about the fact that it's lost profit. I mean, we didn't make any money, we lost money, but you also got to count the fact that we just wasted 5 months of our life doing something that didn't make any money, which is a huge deal. And so, keeping the lights on is really hard to do that, especially when we had that other big one, the siphon job going on at the same time. And so this individual is actually a billionaire and a very powerful man, very nice to work with. I mean, him and his wife have been incredible up until these last, month or so. And it's been, I can't blame them. They're tired, they're weary, they're battle worn from how long this thing's taken. We've done everything we could. I've spent as much money as I had to expedite the process, things that weren't in the bid, weren't in the price, and just trying to move things along. And we broke a sewer line. And when I say we broke a sewer line, there was a storm that the only explainable thing that happened is a storm basically came through. We had a really, really heavy rain one day. It's a really steep bank. Then a stone column that was by the pool basically fell off and must have broken at some time, because we're in the drainage business. If anybody sees a pipe, especially as big of a section that came off of this, it would have been like a lightning bolt struck the eye of the operator. We never would have missed something like that. And so, but anyways, it got hit. We covered it up. We had to move them out of the house to disconnect utilities. They got back in the house, and the basement was flooded for a time being, which they saw water down there in the beginning, didn't say anything, whatever. And come to find out, there was already existing water damage in the basement anyways. We did an entire insurance claim on our insurance policy that I managed the whole process of the remediation, the questions, the meeting everybody, and basically just gave them updates as much as humanly possible. And, I'm not a positional person. I'm the CEO of the company. There's a lot of things I have to do. And I went down there every single day, making a 3-hour round trip for weeks doing this. And again, just to try and take it off their back, do this, do that. And then, it got to the point where they wanted to handle some things, and they did. And then things took a long time, and then, they get frustrated with us. And again, I'm not trying to point fingers here. It's just a shitty situation. But now that things are getting squirrely with the insurance company, there was an error in the sewer line didn't get paid, and I wasn't aware of that. I understand I should have checked and double checked and triple checked, but I didn't triple check that one, and it got through. And now they're thinking there's malicious intent, that I was trying to pull a cover over their eyes, when it's so tragic. Because I'll be honest, because of this man's power and presence in the business community, I really wanted to make a good impression. I really wanted to change things, and really wanted to leave on a really good note, and it didn't work out like that. Now he hasn't started making threats yet. But I can feel that it's inches away from lawsuits and inches away from really bad stuff. And when you're playing with someone that big, when someone can throw 50 grand at a lawyer and say tear them apart, and not really care what the outcome is, regardless if they get money or not, or if they do or don't, they'll get something if they tried. But that's a really scary thing to work with. And so on top of that, we had a couple trucks catch on fire from a wiring issue that happened at our shop. Or somewhere along the lines, we had trucks down. My truck had a solenoid go out today, and it's a nicer vehicle. It does have a lot of miles on it, but it's currently parked in my partner's driveway, my business partner's, and my mechanic looked at it. It's going to be expensive to fix, so I'm going to go swap another truck tomorrow. One of our work trucks. And so there's a lot of stuff going on. We had an employee that started working for us, and said he was a stamped engineer, and turns out that wasn't able to be proved. Said he knew all these things, said he had companies fighting over for him, and said he was making this, and we offered him that, and he started working for us. Wife cheated on him. I let him live with me, which again, I don't regret doing that. It was a good thing. In good spirit, I'm glad I did it. But he ended up going to jail. He asked everybody on the management team in my company for money. He asked me for a loan. He asked me to, not talk to my partner about certain things. Hey man, can you keep this a secret? Can you keep that a secret? Give me a chance. Do this. And, I do believe in helping people. I'd help everybody in the world if I could, but you just can't. I guess I want to just say all this stuff just to make a point. We're $400,000 in the hole, and that doesn't just turn around. We're not going to go bankrupt. That's not my plan. That's not my partner's plan. That's not an option that's even on the table. We're not going to make that happen. That's not going to happen. However, we're damn it close. I mean, if we got another job where we're losing $80,000 a month, if we got another lawsuit, if we got another this, I had to settle for $70,000 because of 3 words on a contract that I trusted a liaison of ours to communicate, and it didn't. I took his word for it. I took everybody's word for it, and then we got bit in the ass. There's been an enormous amount of lessons this year. We had a lot of growth this year. We really did. We've got incredible people on our team now. I really believe that. And we're in a great place to succeed, but it's really, really hard right now. And I salary myself, and my partner does too, less than half the people on our management team, with the intent on taking distributions from excess profits. And, if our company is running at the pace that we're running, it should be reasonable that we're kicking off $60,000 to $100,000 in profits every month. That should be getting, taken as distributions, and obviously some getting reinvested into the company. But we haven't taken one of those since April of this year, and it's the end of November. Saying all this to say, just to tie this all back into a loop, because I've got to go to bed and figure everything out tomorrow. If you want to be in business, if you're in business, I'm sure there's people watching this that are bigger than I am, that are doing more volume, and maybe you have advice that I could take. But you don't know what you don't know. You have to go through these lessons. Growth comes before profits. I know there's this fairy tale princess land where you can just start a business and make a ton of money as soon as you get started. That's not how it works. That's called the lottery, and broke people play the lottery. That's just how it is. Don't play the lottery. And so it pays for a lot of college. It doesn't pay for a lot of wealth in the people that play the lottery. Keep going. I do believe in entrepreneurship. I do believe that I'm going to look back on this video in 6 months, a year. Maybe I'll have a preface. Maybe I'll, explain things in the video. But shit sucks for a while before it's good, is all I can say. And so I hope maybe this is relatable. This isn't going to be a very advice bearing video. It's not perfect. It's not flawless. You see big machines and big cash flow and big trucks and new stuff on jobs. That does not mean that anything is going well for the person that owns it. That is a fact, and that is how it is. And so I'm expecting to turn around, I'm expecting to be good, and I'm not going to apologize when I do make a shit ton of money. And so I hope you guys are great. Hope you're doing well. I hope your situation is better than mine, and I hope you're $400,000 positive, because I am not. And so I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to think about it, pray about it, believe in it, and we're going to try and make it happen. So good luck. Peace.